correct. It's sort of like a slam poem, so please, you hoot, holler, snap. If I say something you agree with, if I don't say anything that you agree with, don't say anything. Okay. 10 unspoken things. 1, May 2013. Thank you. Even in my cap and gown, I can't say it. Thank you for directing me, for helping me master a Russian accent temporarily, for introducing me to the poetics and Kozlowski, for broadening my horizons, for educating me on so many things other than theater and drama. When I talk about you, I call you my mentor. Granted, I never actually consulted you on that designation, but I think you know. Your teaching added strength to my character. I dread the day your death is the breaking news on my television, because you are so much more than those future in memoriams will make you out to be. So many of us are the humanist people we are because of you. 2, January 2015. You've changed my life. This is the toast I'd give at your wedding. I don't recall much about how you became such a vital part of my life. I vividly remember your arm around me in the forest, legs shaking as we sit on the log and I cry, my palms chafed from the rope, feeling returning to my fingers as I warm them beneath my arms. Then my memory cruelly jumps years into the future as I warn you about my insane family you're about to encounter at your first Thanksgiving dinner. There's nothing in between. I hate that. I hate that I can't place the moment that solidified the warmth in my heart I feel at your name. I hate that my brain can recall lyrics from 90s boy bands and useless trivia knowledge but does not remember all the little moments of you. Some days, I think it's because we slid so easily into lifelong friendship it doesn't matter. That my mind has gifted me with not remembering. So that every time I write to you, I see you, I Skype with you, I am surprised anew at how lucky I am to have found you. Shouldn't we all be so forgetful as to rediscover those people in our lives? This is the toast I give at your wedding. I still might. 3, January 2014. That's it? What am I supposed to do with that? First foray back into the dating game in a long time. Phase 8, body, possibility of being a massive Lothario, off the charts. I'm in jeans that definitely could fit better 3 weeks ago before all my grandma's holiday cooking, feeling spunky and fiery and sensual as we drank glasses of red wine by the fireplace in the pub. Then later, I'm suddenly reminded of all the little annoying things about men. 4, July 2011. I want to be the honorary aunt of your kids. I quickly shoved a spoonful of ice cream into my mouth as to not freak you out on the first night in our brand new apartment. Sure, you already have 3 sisters, 3 crazy, wonderful, amazing sisters to be those aunts. But I offer because I want to claim you as the honorary aunt of my eventual imaginary kids. You could be their Dumbledore. I mean, if Dumbledore was a Ravenclaw. But you're already a slightly batty, slightly grumpy old man on the inside. You're the perfect Auntie Albus. 5, December 2016. People like you are the reason people like me have walls. I spent a lot of money on vulnerability, on openness, on reclaiming the ability, the choice to let someone in. I didn't spend a lot on what happens when that someone leaves the moment they break that barrier. So now I spend a lot on walls. These walls aren't nearly as strong as the first set, and I'm not sure I want them to be. 6, June 2012. Are you sure we're going the right way? We were in fact not going the right way. Through the churning seas of Union Jacks, we lost each other twice. When a man drunkenly singing, "Land of Hope and Glory," spills his entire beer down your jacket, we give up finding the Jubilee Parade and just go to the pub. Not that either of us ever needed an excuse to go to the pub, but we figured, since you smell like you've been drinking, you might as well start drinking. Half a dozen pints and one street karaoke version of This Charming Man later, we eventually found our way back to the tube. Maybe the wrong way was the right way after all. 7. July 2016. I wish we hadn't spent a year fighting. Sitting across from you, watching the steam from your tea rise in front of your face, I wondered what this conversation would be like if we hadn't taken different paths at 16. If we hadn't tried to tear each other apart for that. If my oldest friend was still one of my closest friends. The things I've learned in 10 years can't change that horrible year. We doomed each other to be the friend you only know through their Facebook feed. As I watch you do incredible things in your journalism career by the glow of my cell phone, I will always wonder. 8. March 2017. I don't really want to. This gets unspoken all the time, but usually it masquerades in different forms. OMG, totally just woke up, I crashed on my couch, I'm so sorry, just go without me. Or, sorry, family thing. One of these days, I will be liberated, and I will just tell people, without pretense, I don't want to go. And then, the Catholic guilt will set in. 9. March 2015. What do I do now? The sun is setting over the city, lighting up the Inner Harbor in vibrant orange flare usually not seen this time of year. Milkshakes in hand, we're quiet after hours and days of revisiting those last few months of our lives we spent apart not living together in London. The thought set in when those stories stopped. Now that I'm home, I don't have a clue what I have to do. And to voice that would open the doors to this monster of anxiety that is clawing within me. But you know me, and I don't have to voice it. Instead, we watch the sunset and try to feel the beginning of a spring breeze wrap around us. I try to absorb the warmth from your shoulder next to mine and use your steadfast presence to search for some inner peace to keep that monster at bay. Both of us hoping that if we just shut up long enough to listen to the earth turning, we'd have an answer to this unending question of how we're supposed to live our lives. Because the world couldn't be that cruel, because there has to be an answer. 10. September 2014. I love you. This one I did say. I just wish I'd said it sooner. When we were in the basement of a pub in Waterloo, cold stone against our backs, my classmates scattered around the table, the relief of submitted dissertations, fueling bottle after bottle of Prosecco. The bubbles were dancing against my tongue. Your fingers were dancing with mine. You throw your head back to laugh at a joke, and when you lower it again, your eyes are the bluest I've ever seen them. Then, that was the moment. Instead, I said it a month later, after we talked about the end, me moving home. After we were so entwined, it seemed impossible that an ocean could ever separate us. I said it, and it sounded like goodbye. And every time I said it after that, it just sounded like goodbye. And it was. It was goodbye.
That was awesome, Kristina. Thank you.